everybody, Goran here. Hope everybody is doing well and welcome to my channel. We have a brand new model at our shop today. I've been getting a lot of messages and phone calls about this particular model. This is a Yolac A8 Marciale model. It ranks on the top of their advanced series, and this guitar has some really awesome features. For those that are not familiar with Yolac guitars, they are specializing in high quality concert classical guitars in smaller sizes. So anywhere from 580 millimeter to 600 to 630, 640 millimeter, and even some full-size traditional classical guitars. Check out YolacGuitar.com and you will see all the different models. Models can range anywhere from 580 millimeter classical guitar that's specifically designed for children. However, those guitars can be fully French polished, raised fingerboard, lattice braced, all solid woods, and really high quality. And that's something that I've noticed that has been missing in the market for a long time. If you have a kid who is 9-10 years old and you don't want them to play on a $100 guitar, Yolac is a great option. Also, the company is a great idea for somebody who simply has smaller fingers and just requires something that's going to be a little bit more comfortable, especially for the left hand, because of those stretches. 630 scale is really helpful. Of course, it's not only the scale but the setup that really matters when you're playing in higher up positions and playing those bar chords. The setup on the Yolac is always fantastic. Okay, let's get to the details of this particular model. This is Yolac A8 Marciale model. Awesome features, French polished up. I keep saying that French polished is a huge difference. A lot of times when people are upgrading for the first time and they've had a guitar for 30-40 years, they've had a cheaper classical guitar and they are upgrading to something that's going to be substantially better. I would say that French polish is a must. If you can see, French polish is not as shiny as the one guitar at Guitar Center that you see. It doesn't have that same sparkle, but it has a little bit more of a milkier look to it. But in terms of sound, the difference is night and day. Whenever I'm playing those guitars that have this much lacquer on top of that, I just hear a plasticky sound. That's what comes to mind first. It's as if the soundboard is not freely resonating, and the sound is trapped somewhere in the box. The French polish does allow the top to freely resonate, and therefore you get much more of a natural woody sound of the guitar, much more of a beautiful projection, and a tone that has depth and sustain. So very important. Very important to consider if you're upgrading. This is a Canadian cedar top, and it is lattice braced. Lattice braced, of course, for those who are not familiar, has been very popular for the last 20-30 years. All the cool kids at the competitions are playing lattice braced guitars with the raised fingerboard to be able to access the higher notes easier. With different companies, I a lot of times see raised fingerboard just by few centimeters, and the difference from the beginning of the raised fingerboard and the end is not as this. I think this would be a proper way to have the raised fingerboard. Sometimes it's just the raised fingerboard is just barely there, where I'm asking like what was the point in doing this. It doesn't really allow much easier access to the higher positions, and it's just there, sort of halfway where it should be. If you look here, it's perfect. If I'm up here, it allows really much easier playing in the higher up positions. We have mahogany for the neck, and we have ebony for the fingerboard. There is a truss rod in here just in case. I know a lot of people call me and they want to make sure that these guitars have a truss rod, and yes, this model comes with a truss rod. This is a 630 scale, so the scale is measured from the bridge to the nut, and it is 51 millimeter at the nut width. So again, a little bit smaller in the nut width and a little bit smaller in the scale. The full size scale would be 650. This is 630, so just a bit smaller, but it's extremely comfortable and especially helpful for somebody who is older, or somebody who just simply has smaller fingers and is not able to do those big stretches anymore, or somebody in a teenager who is still not ready for a full-size guitar. Depending on how tall the kids are, anywhere from age 10, 11 to 16, 17, 18 would be appropriate. This is a lattice brace guitar. I think I've mentioned that already. Indian rosewood for the sides and back. These are all solid woods. The back and sides are not French polished. That's also a cool compromise for people who are want to be careful about their instruments. It's the top that resonates the most. So as long as the French polished top is here, I'm happy with that. The polyurethane on the sides and back and neck is a nice protection to have for the wood. It's not going to get damaged. It's not going to get scratched as easily as French polish. So I think it's a very nice compromise. This is your classic Yolac bridge, 12-hole design, and let's take a look at this rosette. You tell me what you think. I think it looks awesome, and we have a really nice binding here. If you can see, the detail is fantastic. Beautiful neck. Tuning pegs work fantastic. There is Indian rosewood veneer on the top. All in all, very beautiful guitar. This would also be considered 7/8 size scale, or a parallel guitar for some that prefer those terms. Some people even say señorita. What I noticed right away is a full body, full resonance. The guitar is bass heavy and it has really nice sustaining trebles. The guitar is a bit on the darker side, but I like that. My sound, I gravitate towards darker guitars and darker sound. Beautiful and crisp basses that don't, feel perfectly balanced with the trebles. If I'm playing, a melody on top, and it feels like basses are not overpowering the melody. awesome balance. I think the trebles are fantastic. Beautiful colors. Intonation. Fantastic guitar. I think, you know, Yolac really is a fantastic idea of a company, and the quality control with all the models, even the beginner models that I get is extremely high, and I'm always surprised. You know, whenever there is new models, I don't have to think too much. I know it will sound great, and I know it will end up in somebody's hands who's gonna love them. If you look up the reviews of Yolac on our River page, Yolac and Sayers, since this is a company that brother and sister company, you will see there is 200 plus comments reviewing Yolac and Sayers, and people are very, very happy. So extremely happy about this model. I hope you are enjoying these videos and enjoying learning about new models that I'm posting here. This guitar will be available pretty soon on my website and our River page. The model is A8 Marciale, and the guitar retails for $26.99, so $2,700, and comes in a nice hard shell case. All right, that's it for this model. If you already have a Yolac guitar, comment something, comment what you like about it. If you have some criticism, that's fine too. Otherwise, hope that everybody's doing well, and see you next time.